All right, what's good, y'all? We are doing a top 10 shooting guard list currently right now. Sorry, I just hit the mic. Currently right now in my team. So let's get straight to the list. All right. First off, I'm going to give my 3 guys that I think are outside the top 10, but definitely can be ran at a high level and honestly are really good cards. A card that came out Friday, Michael Cooper. I'm just going to go over him real quick. So Michael Cooper has his diamond card. I loved it. I love him every year. But his diamond card that released earlier in this year was a great card, and he was just a little worse than Danny Green that came out right after him, and Doug Christie also came around that time. So he had some competition, and the one thing that he couldn't do that they could do is, one, he couldn't create, and he still can't because he has basic dribble style. Now he has a really good escape, but he has basic dribble style, so he can't move. But the one thing he did have over both of them is the best jump shot. I mean, Doug Christie's jump shot was really good too, but this Michael Cooper has a lot more badges. He has 29 badges. Defense is the best out of all those guys from back then. If we're looking at it now, still Michael Cooper, one of the best shooting guards defensively in the game. He comes with Limmy, comes with set shot, comes again Brunson base with Alec Burks up on quick. It's a really quick and easy jump shot. Dunking's really good. And I mean, he has the dribbling badges. He just can't really burst. He doesn't even need badges added to him, really. I guess bailout maybe, or like break starter maybe rise up, maybe brick wall, but he doesn't need badges. Like, he's one of those few cards in the game that you can get and they don't need badges. Like, I think wholeheartedly he is number 13, and he could be higher, but the next guy, Bilal Coulibaly. He's actually really similar to his Ruby card, funny enough, but his Ruby card that came out was just so good, and I've always thrown him a salary cap, everything. This card has 27 badges. He is a 6'8", I believe. Yeah, 6'8" shooting guard. Really good defensively as well. Really quick and fast jump shot. Dribbling isn't great at all, but he has a good escape. The dunking sigs, he has good dunking sigs. You know, nothing crazy, nothing jumping out the water, but they're good. But all around, he's just good. He's just good everywhere. He's just a tall shooting guard with a really good jump shot that is just 3-and-D. Really good 3-and-D tall shooting guard. Now, this guy I feel like is really underrated, and I wanted to put him on this list. Klay Thompson, man. I wanted to put Klay on the list because I just feel like Klay is always really good in my team. This is like the least strong year he's had in a my team, and he still is really good. I mean, his jump shot is still really good. He just has normal timing. I think if this card had very quick, he would 100% be on this list. But him having normal timing, I had to take him off, and you do need to add badges to him. And honestly, if I'm looking at this card now, dribbling sigs. If I'm looking at this card now, I think Michael Cooper is ahead of Bill. I think this is it. I think I move him. Looking at him now, I still think he is good, and I think he is a fun card to use. And his jump shot is super easy and butter, but it is on normal timing. The other guys have quick. They also have really good jump shots. Klay is going to be 13. Michael Cooper got jumped. He jumped up 2 spots. And honestly, he could jump up, arguably up to the 9 spot if we're being for real. My number 10, Klay Thompson. I love this card. I will defend him. I know he's super hyped, and I know that people like him, so it's not even a big, like a hard take or a crazy take. He is ridiculous. I think I've seen other people's lists. He's not on anyone's shooting guard list. I don't know why. Like, he has a 78 3 ball, but his jump shot's really easy. His physicals are literally perfect. The defense is basically perfect. Dunking's crazy, and he has really good really good dunk sigs. He can move really well with the ball. Pro 3 fade, which is a quick fade. It's a little weird, but it's not a bad fade. And I mean, the only thing you can really argue is, yeah, you need to add shooting badges to him. That's it. And break starter if you want, or box out beast I probably would add too. That's it. He can rebound the best out of all of those guys. I love this card. I shoot lights out with him. He never does anything wrong, and he plays so good. And the guy I have ahead of him, I don't like this card at all. I can't use MJ this year, bro. I've tried. I don't see a point in running MJ over a bunch of other shooting guards. Reasoning. Okay. Defensively, he's ridiculous. Stat-wise, everywhere. Badge-wise, everywhere. Ridiculous. I think even tendencies, really good. Not as good as he used to be, but still good. It's his jump shot. His jump shot's just so baited in this game. Even on very quick, it's still baited, bro. It's still baited. And I mean, he can move okay. Obviously, his layup package is really good. His dunking is, I mean, he has the best dunk package in the game besides LeBron. I mean, him and LeBron have the best dunk packages in the game. Besides quick drops off one, which they have given it to some cards recently. His fade's really, really good. One of the better fades in the game. It's just his jump shot. Like, if you give him a catch and shoot, it's so easy to contest him in a game where contests just aren't easy to do. And in this game, he's so easy to contest. Number 8, Bernard King. Just a really good scoring 2-guard. He's just the worst scoring 2-guard out of everyone else on this list that is going to be ahead of him. And I'd rather have the 3-and-D shooting guards ahead of him over him. Yeah, I mean, defensively he's not the greatest, but he has the badges. He's not awful defensively at all. He's just not the greatest. He's better defensively than Jay Rich. When it comes to like 95 dunking, 85 3, you need to add Limmy and Shifty to him, and Mini. You gotta add the shooting badges to him. That's it. Dimer and Paint Patroller, probably box of beast. His jumper is really good. It's on normal timing, but still a really, really quick and fast jump shot. Normal fade isn't the greatest at all. Dribbling 6, his escape is good. His step back sucks. We don't like Curry's step back. His hard and behind the backs, whatever. Dunking packages are good. He has hot zones. He has a lot of badges. He's good. He's just really, like, if you get him out of your Opal option pack, you can't go wrong with him. He's not worth his price, but if you get him out of an option pack, you can't go wrong. Paul George. Before people say I am glazing him by not putting him higher, so not glazing him enough. Paul George, my favorite player of all time. My favorite player to use every single year in 2K besides one guy, and that is D'Angelo Russell. My favorite players of all time are Russ, D'Lo, Paul George. Russ hasn't been good in 2K for like 3 years now. Now, let me explain. Paul George is basically the exact same card as the Pink Diamond that came out in October. So we're basically going over a card that came out from October because you can find a Pink Diamond badged out that has more badges than this probably every time you look in the auction house. There's never really going to be base Paul Georges. They're going to have more Hall of Fame badges than this and probably some Legend badges. Shoes, everything. But he still is a 6'8" 2-guard, perfect defense, really good dunking, a really good jump shot, but it's still on normal timing. His dribbling 6 aren't the greatest. He is a really good Sim Nation card. If you play Sim Nation, a lot of his, like, him and KD are some of the best Sim Nation guys where they have just really good, not even just talking about go-to shots, but like the way that their SIGs are, the way their jump shots are, the way they move, they're really good for Sim Nation. So if you play Sim Nation, he is really good. Dunking's ridiculous. I love Paul George. I love his card. He just can't play for me over other guys that are ahead of him out on this list. And KD, even though he's also really good Sim Nation, he also has really good dribble SIGs, or some really good dribble SIGs. So we can also just move in general. Now, there is a guy I have ahead of him that we're going to see right now. Why do people have Kawhi so low on their shooting guard list? Explain to me. Because, yeah, his jump shot's on normal timing. But his jump shot also is just like Paul George, where it's easy. It's not super slow. I think Paul George might have a quicker jump shot. Kawhi, I think he has a higher green window. His right fade is literally unguardable. He has the best behind the back in the game. His escape is good. Everything else, I mean, his step back is whatever. It's just a step back. It's like Jimmy. It's just a regular step back, but which is better than Paul George. Paul George doesn't have a good step back at all. It's one of the worst in the game, matter of fact. His dunking's like really, really good. And he plays some of the best defense I have seen in any card this year. If not the best defense I've seen on a card this year. He is my favorite card I have used this year so far. I mean, I still have him on my team. He plays over a bunch of other guys. I don't understand why he's so low. I really don't. And I think it's just the fact that people didn't want to get him from the festival collection, like the festival event, because if they did, I think they would play him over Paul George if they had an unsellable Paul George as well. Or any of these other guys. The only reason I could see you playing Bernard King over him is if you needed a scoring 2-guard because you had a defensive point guard like Penny. Then I would probably definitely play Bernard King. But I also can play through Kawhi as a scorer. I do it in Triple Threat Park all the time. Now, is it effective? Probably not. I mean, you definitely need to practice enough with him, but I don't understand why he's so low. You're going to be getting me tight. So I might be somebody that has him on the highest on any shooting guard list in this game. And honestly, I would really do this, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not an idiot. Scottie Pippen is number 5. He is the best 3-and-D shooting guard in the game. I've heard you can't rhythm shoot with him, like whatever. I thought he had very quick. I've heard when you rhythm shoot with him, it's never a perfect switch, which means you can rhythm shoot, but it's not going to be as consistent as other cards rhythm shooting because it can never be a perfect swish. I don't know if that's true. I literally haven't used a Scottie Pippen card this year at all besides this Ruby, but his jump shot's really easy and really money. He has Pro 2 fade. Dribbling, he doesn't have good dribble sigs. He has free throw dunks because he has Scottie, his own dunk package. His layup package is really good. Stat-wise, he's basically perfect. I mean, all Paul George, Kawhi, and Scottie are all basically perfect, like, stat-wise everywhere. I mean, badges, he needs, 4 badges added to him, these 4. He's good. He's really good. It's Scottie Pippen. We know Scottie Pippen. Now, the top 4, this top 4 should be the consensus top 4. Also, I am going to say one thing. I'm not rating duplicate versions of guys. So, like, if I was rating duplicate versions, then you would basically scoot. Pink Diamond Paul George would be right next to his own card. Dr. J would be a lot higher already. Dr. J would be on this list twice in the top 5. But yeah, Bernard King would just be scooted down. MJ would be 10. Pink Diamond Paul George would be here. I'm not going to rate duplicate versions of guys, but I can tell you where I would rate their lower versions. Jason Richardson, he is number 4. He is ridiculous. The fact that he's the 4th best shooting guard in this game is kind of crazy if you really think about it. I mean, he has one of the hardest, hardest to guard jump shots in the game. And it's super quick. It's super hard to guard. You can shoot over people. He has one of the best fades in the game. It's not Pro 2, but it's still really good. His escape's really, really good. He has a really good dribble style. His behind the back's good, I think. Yeah, his behind the back's not bad. Good step back. Did they give him quick shots off 1? They didn't give him quick shots off 1, but all of his dunk packages are crazy. He hot zones everywhere. Defensively is his only thing. I think he's the worst shooting guard on this list defensively. He is. But it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. His offense is so good it overpowers everything else. And you can literally just have a defensive point guard, defensive lineup all around him, have one scorer. He can be your main scorer. Now, my number 3 shooting guard is going to be Brandon Roy. Now, I haven't used the card, and I'm sure he could be higher, but I just think that the other 2 guys are better. I mean, if you look at him, his jump shot is really good. It's not very quick. Jarrett Culver base is a good park jump shot. He does have De'Aaron dribble style, though. I don't think other cards have De'Aaron. Yeah, okay, besides Vince. He does have De'Aaron dribble style, so he could be higher. I mean, he could be 2. I think Dr. J is better than him, but I might be wrong. I mean, I don't know. This dude, De'Aaron dribble style, I haven't seen how he moves yet, but he might be 2. He's not over Vince, but that normal fade is the reason I have him 3 over 2, honestly. If I'm being so for real, it's just the player model being a little worse than Dr. J and him having normal fade. The normal fade is what brings him number 3. Now we got Julius Erving, Dr. J, at the number 2 spot. We all know Dr. J. We all know him. We all know and love this card. If you have him, you love him. The reason this guy is so good in this game, I mean, his diamond towing for over 100K bid consistently. And that card, I mean, boys, look at this card, bro. You're telling me right now that this card is going for like 100 to 250K right now consistently? That's how good this guy is. That's how good this card is. This card is going for that much. Look at this guy. This guy actually has the stats and the badges. I mean, he doesn't really need badges. Add Paint Patroller, I guess add Box Up Beast, Brick Wall, Rise Up. There you go. Just cause, why not? The only thing is this card doesn't have quick or very quick. When he has very quick or quick and a better dribble style, he is back to number 1. I mean, he's back to number 1 on the shooting guard list. And he doesn't even have the hot zones either. Like, this card is crazy, and he doesn't even have... You can honestly argue Brandon Roy's better. And this is 100 overall Vince. I just can't put him in here, so this is 100 overall Vince. I think... Why can I not put the 100 overall Vince even in here anyways? I don't know. Well, it's Vince Carter. If we're looking at the card, I mean, he has 99 everything. Every badge. One of the best jump shots in the game. Pro 2 fade. De'Aaron dribble style. All juice sigs. obviously dunking the ball, Vince Carter's gonna be good. I mean, he has every badge. Like literally, he's number one. He's probably the best card in this game right now. He is number one. That's all I have to say. I mean, y'all can agree or disagree. Fight with a wall. Kawhi, love this card. I will fight with anybody over this card. And honestly, I'd rather, if I had Pippen, I would still run Kawhi. And that's me. But I know that's not the right choice. I know that. Paul George, again, y'all got to realize he's my third favorite player all the time, my second favorite player to use every single year in 2K. Kawhi's in my top 5 favorite players to use in 2K every year too. But he's just not better than the other guys. And he is a really good card. I mean, y'all got to realize the shooting guard position is the most stacked position in this game by a mile. Like, I don't even think Jordan should be on this list. But I can understand it because, I mean, he still is really good defensively and everywhere. He has a really good fade. You just can't really shoot standstill shots with him. Everything else he does really good. It's just the standstill shot is so baited, even on very quick. But yeah, it's the most stacked position in the game. Like, literally, take Klay out, put damn. If you're a Hondo fan, throw Havlicek in here. If you're a Franz, I mean, Franz could easily make this list too. Like, this card could easily make the list. I mean, this list is just so good and ridiculous. But y'all, just let me know what y'all think about my list. I am going to be doing the small forward list tomorrow, I think. But yeah, I'll catch y'all. Y'all have a great day, night, morning. Subscribe, like the video, show some love. I'm going to keep on just repeating these bangers every single day. I'm trying to do at least 2 videos a day. We on that grind, man. I'll catch y'all. Deuces.